Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of Reading Layamon's Brut. Last time, when we left off, King Lear had decided to go and stay with his eldest daughter Goneril and her husband Maglaunus, who happens to be the King of Scotland. They set up a nice retirement plan for him, where he would have a company or a retinue of 40 knights, and he would have hounds and hawks so he could enjoy himself going hunting around the place. But Goneril decided that Lear's retinue was putting a bit of a strain on the household, and so she decided to get rid of 10 of them, reducing the number of his company to 30. Lear was quite disheartened and upset about this, so he left and decided to go south to Cornwall to visit his second daughter, Regau, and her husband Hemery, the Duke of Cornwall. And we pick up today at line 1684. Forcht the king wende into than Southende, to Regau his dochter, forrades him trokeden. Da he to Cornwall kom, he was fire there underfon, swa al that half year, mid al his hirde he was there. Da seide Regau to hire Duke Hemery, laverd herne thu mij, to fulle so that each such a wit they. We habet idon onwisdom, that way mine vader habet underfon. Mit 30 knichten hit nis me noch te kweme. Do way away than a 20, a 10 beath in oge. For al he drinket and eteth, and na god he ne bejeteth. The king went forth into the south part of his land, to Regan his daughter, for counsels failed him. He didn't know what else to do. When he came to Cornwall, he was received fairly or pleasantly there. All that half year, so all the 6 months, with his army that he was there. Oh, sorry, not with his army, with his household that he was there, with his retinue. Then said Regan to her duke, to her husband Hemery, Lord, listen to me. I say it to you as the full truth. We have done an unwisdom, we have done foolishness, that we have received my father with 30 knights. It is not pleasing to me. Do we away, or we'll send away the 20. A 10 is enough, or is plenty, because all they, so all these 30 knights, drink and eat, and they do not obtain any good, so they don't bring any benefits to us. They're just a drain. Da seide Hemery the Duke, there his alde father beswake, swa ich evere bear on lieve, ne shall he haben but a fever, for there he havet hirde hinoch, for there na wit ne doth. And yet he wille henne faren, voet away hine sone, al her is bedden, als her is speken haften, benomen him is dogethe, and al is drichtliche volk, nolden her him beleven, knichtes beten fever. Then said Hemery the Duke, who betrayed his old father, referring to, of course, his father-in-law, Lear, as I always may be on life, so as I hope to always be alive, as I hope to live forever, he shall not have but 5 knights, for he has a plentiful household there, for he does nothing at all. And if he will or wishes to go from here, we hasten him soon. So if he's not happy with this arrangement and wants to leave, well, so much the better. We'll get rid of him like that. They did all, or they brought it all about as they had spoken. They took from him, Lear, his company, and all his lordly people. They did not wish to leave him but 5 nights. So they didn't wish to leave him anyone or anything except for only 5 nights. This is echt Lear the king. Waar was him on leave? He smote him gon menden. He morkne de swithe. And thus were decide mid zergfulle leiten. Wele, wele, wele. Hoe thou besweekest monine mon. Then he that through it aure best on. Then beswakest to hem. Nis hit no icht jare. Nocht fulle 2 jere. That each was a rich king. And hield mine knichtes. Nu ich habene bieden that each bare sitte. Woenen berevet. Waar is mij on leave? Lear the king saw this, so saw what they'd done. Woe was to him in his life. His mind was all stirred up for him, was all roused, so he's all upset. He mourned greatly and said these words with sorrowful expressions. Woe, or alas, wealth. This is wele, the word for wealth. Alas, wealth, alas. How you betray many men. When he, so some hypothetical person, so when one trusts on you, trusts in you, O wealth, best of all, so trusts on you before all other things, then you betray him. It is not ago anything at all. So it's not long at all, not 2 full years since that I was a rich or a great king and held my knights. Now I have lived, so I find myself in such a situation that I sit bare, or, without anything, not literally bare as we mean it, bereft of joys. Woe is to me in life. Ich was at Gornawila, mire godfulle dochter, woeneden on hire leuden, mit 30 knichtes. De jet ich michte lieben, ach denne igonne lieden. Ich wende swithe well to don, ac wurse ich habe underfon. Achen ich wulle to skotte, verschone mire dochter, jernen hire milze, for hier me nele wurder, bieden hier me underfon, mit mine 5 knichten, der ich wulle wunie, en tholie der swanen, an a luttele stunde, for ne liebe ich no icht longer. I was at Gornawil, at Goneril's court, I suppose, at her household. My good daughter, I was living among her people with 30 knights. Yet I could live. So I could still live with 30 knights. He's contrasting this, I think, with the original situation, which was that he originally had 40. And even though it was upsetting to him to have only 30, he could still live with that. But then I did leave Igornaliden. I did leave Gornawila. I thought to do very well in leaving, but I have received worse. Things have turned out even worse when I did leave. I will back, so we would understand here a verb of motion. It's quite typical that these can be omitted. So I will go back to the Scots, to my beautiful daughter, to seek her mercy, so that she will not, And I'm going to go with harm me. There is a bit of disagreement surrounding this word. So Frederick Madden takes this to be worthian, meaning to honour. And so this requires him to adjust the line a little bit and say that I will seek her mercy because she will not honour me. Something to that effect, or in that she will not honour me, I will seek her mercy. Rosamund Allen seems to do something similar, I think. Seems to take this word in a similar way in her translation. But Barron and Weinberg argue that this is actually probably more likely going to be the word wirden, which means to harm. And so they translate this as Lear asking or seeking Goneril's mercy so that she will not, I think they say, deal harshly with him, something to that effect. And I think I'm going to have to lean towards Barron and Weinberg on this one. In the context, wirdan meaning to harm makes a lot more sense. So I will seek her mercy that she will not harm me. Still understand these Itwilla here. I will ask her to receive me with my 5 knights, the 5 I have left. There I will dwell and suffer or endure these ill turns of events, these misfortunes, this bad situation. For a little while, a little time, for I will not live long at all. Lear, we must recall, is quite elderly at this point. Layar the king wende forth, to his dochter woonde de north. Fulle 3 nichtes her herberwede hine, and his knichtes, hur swore van a 4e dag, be al heavenliche mine, that neer schulden he haben mare, but en knichte there, and jef he that nulde, verde woeder he wulde. Well oft was Layar wa, and never worse than a tha. Tha seide the alde king, arrow e was on herten, while a death, that thou may nelt fordermen. Lear the king went forth to his daughter, and presumably we understand this as a relative clause here, his daughter, who dwelt north. Full 3 nights she harboured him and his knights. She swore on the 4th day, by all heavenly strength, all heavenly power, that he should not, or he must not have more, but only 1 night there. And if he did not wish that, let him go whither he wished. Very often was Lear sorrowful, and never worse than then. Then said the old king, and this is a funny sort of word. Madden takes this to be a variant of the Old English erm, meaning sorrowful, and that's probably likely. So he was sorrowful in his heart, and he speaks now, alas, death, that you will not judge me or condemn me. Saith side Corduile, forcuthit is me nuthe, mi hengeste dochter, here was me well dure, sethen her me was leathest, for her me siden allre sochest, that me bith unworth and lach, the mon, the little ach, and each nas no wortre, than each nes weldinde, over soch siden that young wiefmon, here full with muchel wisdom. The wheeler the each havede mi kinelond, loveden me mine lerden, for mine lond and for mine fair, mine erles, fulle to mine kneer, no ich am a reche man, ne levet me no man fordan. Cordelia said the truth, for it is now known to me. So Lear is now recognizing that what Cordelia said was in fact true. Cordelia, my youngest daughter, she was very dear to me. Afterwards, so after she was very dear to me, she was most hateful to me. So I hated her most of all. For she, well, at least, out of the three daughters in any case, for she said to me, or spoke to me, the truest of all. So again, of all the three daughters. She said that one is unworthy and low. Now, what she said is that a person is considered or dishonored and considered lowly. The man who possesses little, and that I was not, or in this case, we'd probably want to modify this slightly in modern English, say, would not be honored when I would not be ruling or governing. That young woman said an over-truth, so a great truth, the highest truth, what's truest of all. Great wisdom follows her. The while that, or as long as I had my kingdom, my people loved me. Because of my land, or for my land, and for my possessions, my property, my nobles fell to my knee. Now, what this really I find very reminiscent of is the Old English poem The Wanderer, when the speaker in the poem The Wanderer reminisces about his about the gift giving in the hall, when he would lay his hands and his head on his lord's knee, and the lord would give treasure. Now, whether or not Layamon is specifically alluding to some sort of a Germanic gift-giving tradition like this, I don't actually know. But it is perhaps worth noting that this specific reference to the nobles falling at the knee, the Lord's knee for land and possessions, is absent in Layamon's French source Wasa. So now that I am a poor man, no man loves me for that. Ach mi dochter me saide seoch, for nu ich hier I leve I no, and batwa hier susteren lasinga me saiden, that each ham was swa live, levere than a hier ach a lief, and cordoile mi dochter, dochter me saide, that her me levede swa fire, swa monnes vader schulde. What would ich bitte mare of mire dochter dure? Nu ich willen faren firth, and over say fusen. I hieren of cordoile, what burn here wile. Here a searth word, ich nam to grame, therefore ich habe nu muchele shame. For nu ich mot be setchen, that thing that ich forhuide. But my daughter said the truth to me, for now I believe her enough, or abundantly, plentifully. I really believe her. And both her two sisters said lies to me. They said that I was as dear to them, dearer than their own lives. And Cordelia, my daughter, this is another interesting word. So Madden actually reads this as soth, or suggests that this could be scribal error, and ultimately referring to truth. Subsequent translators, Rosamund Allen and Baron Weinberg, all seem to read this, I think, as coming from the Old English verb dugan, meaning to be of benefit. So in some way, what this is saying is that Lear is saying that Cordelia, my daughter, spoke to me beneficially or profitably. She said that she loved me as dearly as one should the father of a man. So as a person should love their father, essentially. What more would I ask from my dear daughter? Now I will go forth and hasten over the sea, to hear from Cordelia what her will is. Her true word I took as I took as anger, so I was enraged at the true word that she spoke. Therefore, or for that reason, as a result or a consequence of that, I now have great shame. For now I must entreat the very thing, and I think this may actually here be referring to Cordelia, so the very person that I before rejected or scorned. Nulle hör mig då navorse, den hier lond förvårnen. Lear färde till their säg, med anna alpia swine. Into anna skippe he bekom, ne ik nå hine no man. Over sig ik kommen, havne son anomen. She, Cordelia, will not do any worse to me than to essentially forbid me from her land. Lear went to the sea with one squire or with one man or one squire alone. This here seems to be a contraction of anlepi, meaning alone. He came into a ship. No man knew him. Over the sea they came. Soon they took harbour. And we know that we've switched here from the singular subject being Lear to a plural subject by these en endings on the verb forms. All right, so that brings us to line 1749, and that is where we will leave it for today. As ever, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or corrections, please don't hesitate to get in touch. You can do that either by way of the comment section below the video or on the Facebook page that I've made for the video series, which you will find linked in the video description. All the best, and I'll see you next time.